Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a try-on haul. This is a haul of a few products that I picked up during the Sephora sale, one of those last orders of the Sephora sale, and also some of the products that I picked up during the Black Friday and Cyber Monday holiday sales. And I have quite a few products here that I wanted to play with, and I will also be incorporating a few other new products into another video, which will be coming up very soon. So I have a lot of stuff from BK Beauty. I have some stuff from Victoria Beckham Beauty. I have a lot of stuff from the Tom Ford. Yes, lots of stuff from Tom Ford. Also the new Tower 28 Tinted Moisturizer. And also this new NYX concealer that everybody's been flipping bonkers over. Kind of curious about that. And this contour palette from Vanity Makeup. I tested out, give you guys my thoughts on it. I also have the brushes. I bought it in like a set. So it had the face brush and the nose brush for the nose contour. Lots to say about that. So that's what we're going to be doing. It's a full try-on video. I love try-on hauls. Like, I could have just turned on the camera and opened up all of these products and shared them with you, but I think it's so much more fun to try them on and have you guys experience them for the first time with me, right? It's just always fun. So that's what we're doing in today's video. Everything I discuss in today's video, I will have them linked in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video, and I will see you guys all in my final thoughts. So I want to first start with foundation. And I have heard so many people raving about the Tower 28. This is called the Sunny Days Tinted Moisturizer. I picked it up in 2 shades, which I'm glad I did. We're going to put 35 Point Doom right here. I'm going to kind of blend that in. Okay. Not a bad shade. It kind of blends in. It's just the tone is off. The tone looks a tad bit gray. So this is 40 Runyon. Now the tone on that one is a little bit better. The tone on that one's a little bit better. It's a little bit dark for my skin. So I'm wondering if I should mix those 2 shades together. I mean, as I kind of blend those 2 out on this cheek, they both kind of blend into a good shade. Right? Once I blended those out, it's pretty close to my skin tone. So I'm not mad at that. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So it has this little tiny plastic cap on the bottom, and you can kind of control what comes out. Because this is a tinted moisturizer, I want to maximize how much coverage I get from it. So I am going to use a brush to apply this. I'm going to be using the BK Beauty. This is the 101. It's a fantastic brush. How I like to apply foundation is I like to apply with a brush, and then I get kind of an even application. And then I like to go in with a sponge and kind of press it into the skin to give it that like sponge-like finish. This is actually a perfect color for me, right in between the 2 of them. Perfect color. I mean, you can see I'm swiping it here on my forehead, and you can barely see it as it's going into my skin. So mixing those 2 shades, perfect. Feels like a serum as you're putting it on, like a skincare serum, but it's tinted. So I'm not mad at it, to be honest with you. This is really pretty. I don't know how well this would work for those who have oily skin, because this is pretty shiny, unless you have a really good powder to pair with it. That's kind of what I feel like this is gonna need, even for me being normal. Right now I'm more normal. Wouldn't say I'm dry yet. That gave me great coverage, and I really don't feel like I need to go in and add coverage anywhere. And it looks really pretty. It does. Like, it has a really pretty kind of healthy glow. I'm excited to see how this will look once I powder it. Of course, it's more shiny because it's like beaming off of the lights, right? So in real life, if I didn't have all these lights sitting in front of me, I don't know that it would be reflecting as bad as it is, but it is a pretty shiny formula. So this is really pretty though. I don't mind this at all. Okay, so I'm back and I'm opening up. Oh, hold on. I'm opening up the 3 new quads that I got from Tom Ford. Paid like $45, $50 for them. Let me start this off by saying, these are all 3 the wet dry formulas. I'm not gonna waste one more dollar. I would waste it to review for you guys, but for my own personal collection, I'm not gonna waste one more dollar on Tom Ford's regular formulas. Just not. The wet dry formula is perfection and it makes it worth it for me, especially when they're on a really good discount. So I bought these for my own personal collection. So this is Double Indemnity. Look at this shade. Whew. That olive green, that is a gorgeous palette. That shade right there, holy smokes, right? These are so pretty. I love the Tom Ford wet dry formula. I just do. I can't help it. They're gorgeous. This one is called Virgin Orchid. Oh, look how pretty that is. Okay, this is a gorgeous palette. Like this peachy kind of pinky shade, gorgeous. But the wet dry formula is unique because you can kind of, you can put it on dry and kind of blend it into the crease, or you can wet it and it becomes like a creamy formula. And I'm just happy that I got these for the discount that I did. Okay, and then we have number 4, Suspicion. And this one is like a bronzy moment that I am here for. I've always wanted these 3 quads in my collection. I just bought Honeymoon during the Sephora sale. I wanted more of the wet dry formula in my collection, and so I went ahead and got it. And like I said, for my own collection, I just won't buy anything that is not the wet dry formula. Like, now I will buy to review, but not for my personal collection, and these are gorgeous. I'm so excited about them. I also got this Tom Ford Soleil Sheer Cheek Duo in the shade Lissome. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that. But I got this on the Nordstrom's website on their Black Friday sale, and I paid $42 for this. This is what it looks like. Haven't used it yet, so I'm going to use it today. I did go ahead and pick up the new shades from Victoria Beckham. This is her lid lusters. She launched 2 shades, Chiffon and Mirror, and these are absolutely gorgeous. So I wore this the other day, and it is so gorgeous. This is the shade Chiffon. Chiffon is more of like a nude color. You can see the color of it there. I took advantage and got quite a few products on the Victoria Beckham Beauty website. I'm going to go through those in just a second. But these are the 2 shades. Look how beautiful those are. I would say the mirror one, the silver one, is definitely more shiny. It's got a little bit of glitter in it. And this one, the chiffon, is a little bit more on the nude side. Now, she had a 25% off sale, I believe, or 20% off. I can't remember. So I got quite a bit of goodies from her, okay? I love her brand, and it's quickly becoming a favorite brand of mine. Not all of them are new. So I stocked up on the lip liner number 4, which is my favorite. It is just my go-to favorite lip liner at the moment. I also went ahead and stocked up and got another mascara because I do really, really like her mascara. I did pick up 2 of her palettes. So these are the 2 palettes that I've had in my collection. This one is Signature, and this one is my favorite. I use this all the time, and you can't tell because it doesn't even look like it's hit pan. This one is Silk, and I don't love Silk as much. I just don't love this shade. It's kind of like a holographic green shade, and I don't love the tone of it. So I just don't use it all that much, and I just don't think it's that pretty. The gold shimmers are not bad, and this one isn't bad, but let me swatch it. it's just not my favorite. So I went ahead and grabbed 2 new ones. I picked up Tuxedo because this is more on those gray tones. And I thought maybe I would use Tuxedo with this shade Mirror from the Lid Lustres. This is Tuxedo. Look how gorgeous those shades are. And then I also picked up Palette Tweed, but this is just that warm, like bronzy, everyday kind of tones, right? And I've loved the textures of these so much, and they're so easy to blend. They're so travel friendly because they're so small, and their packaging, the looks, like I've fallen in love with her brand. I have, but it gets better. I grabbed this. This is called her Kajal wardrobe. So you have all of her eyeliners, which are my favorite. I absolutely love her eyeliners. The one eyeliner I used almost to the very end, bought a new one, and I don't have a lot of colors of eyeliners in my collection, and because I love her formula and I wanted more colors, I went ahead and got it, and then it has this little pouch that goes with it. Now I got to decide what I want to do. I want to play with the silver shade, but I think I'm going to save this for an upcoming, like, really beautiful, like Christmas party look using a gorgeous shimmer in the silver. Because I'm dying to use the double Indemnity palette, I want to use that shade. I'm just dying to. So I am going to use that shade today. I forgot to mention that BK Beauty sent over this PR package. This is their new travel pouch. These are like the perfect travel brushes. So this is like a mini version of the BK Beauty. I wonder if I have a clean one. I do. Okay, I have like 3 of these. So this is, I mean, this has been washed. This one hasn't. But it's the same brush, it looks like. It's just shorter. You have the powder brush. This will be good for bronzer, blush, and to kind of dust powder all over the face. This would work for foundation and concealer, okay? Then you have these 3 eye brushes, which are kind of the staples in their collection. And this pouch is like perfect. You got a little net right here. It came with a free palette, which I already have the True Beauty palette. I'm going to save that one for a giveaway, but this is the True Beauty palette. And these are just like everyday tones, just really pretty, cute little palette. So I'm going to take my Builder Pro from Sonia G, and I'm going to go into this shade right here. And here's the thing, like I said, that what makes me love the wet dry formula from Tom Ford is that you can use it dry and just kind of dust it all over the eye, or you can wet the brush and really make it more of like a creamy shadow. So it's kind of a hybrid product. Right now I'm just going to put this on as the base. Now I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to use the Smith 253. I'm going to go into the shade and I'm going to spray it. And it becomes a cream. And I'm just going to put a light layer of that cream texture over the powder that I have down, just to give it that intensity. You can kind of see the difference. This is cream, and this is just the powder only. So it kind of gives you a lot of versatility. Now I'm going to take a blending brush. I'm going to dip into that shade, and I'm going to bring it up and into the crease a little bit. Just a little bit. Now I'm going to go into this color right here, and I'm going to bring that like right there on the center. And I'm going to go into this shade right here. Slowly like focus this here on this outer corner just to build some of that depth here. And you can see just how easy that is to blend, right? Like it just, the wet dry formula just blends and gives you such a soft shimmer in the crease. This is the perfect brush for this. This is the Rephr number 23. I am going to dampen this brush, and I'm gonna go into this dark shade right here. And I'm gonna kind of create a liner with that shade. Okay, so I'm going to make them match, but right now I'm going to move on to concealer because I need concealer to kind of pull this all together. I have heard everybody raving about this new concealer from NYX. This is called the Bear With Me Serum Concealer. So I went ahead and grabbed 2 shades. Comes in a pump like this, which I don't mind that. Oh, so that's a little bit dark, but I could use it for like spot concealing. So that one is in the shade Tan. And then I have the shade Golden. Golden is a little too light. So I'm going to have to do a little mixeroo here on the back of my hand. That's Tan and that's Golden. And Tan is just a little bit darker than I wanted it to be. So I'm going to take my finger and just kind of blend all of these together. So that's a better shade, right? I am going to dip my concealer brush in to the concealer. Ooh, it's really nice and like hydrating. It's got really nice coverage. And it's kind of that serum like. It seems like a little bit does go a really long way. It's pretty hydrating and it's got great coverage, but I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it gets a little bit too thick. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not like in love with it from the first, you know, application. We'll just kind of have to see how it wears and how it looks when I put a tiny bit of powder like in this area. So I'm going to grab the Rephr number 2 and I'm going to go into this shade. Keeping most of it out here on the outer corner and then bringing kind of what's left on the brush into the inner portion. So I'm now going to go in with the black right here. And I'm going to bring a little bit of that right here on the outer corner. Okay, I'm going to go in one more time with this shade, but I'm going to be using the Builder Pro from Sonia G. I'm going to tap off and I'm just going to kind of tap that in and add a little bit more depth here on the outer corner. Been so ticked off about the holiday palette that this kind of like made up for it. Like this palette is so pretty. And whenever I use his wet dry formula, it always reminds me of why I love these quads. The wet dry formula is gorgeous and you have so much more control, especially over some of these like really dark pigments. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of this and I'm gonna put that right there on the brow bone. So on the inner corner, just to kind of brighten that up. So I'm going to pull out one of these eyeliners from Victoria Beckham. Ooh, that ash is perfect. Okay, I'm going to use ash. Ash is like a really pretty gray. And I am just going to kind of go over this. And then I'm going to put this right up here on the upper waterline. Okay, so I'm back. I went ahead and threw on the Naked lashes in the style 426 from Ardell. And this is the first time I've worn them. I've worn several different styles from like 421, 423, 424. Now this is 426. And these are kind of long and kind of fluttery and really pretty. Let's move on to the face. I got an email from Vanity Makeup saying that they were having a, you know, Black Friday sale. And as many of you guys know, I reviewed the Vanity Makeup palette and love that palette. It's really, really beautiful. And it was such a, just a well-rounded palette, very easy to work with, very beautiful. And so it kind of intrigued me. They're known for this. So this is called the Sculpt and Glow palette, and this is for medium skin. I also like the palette size, so it's quite hefty. So this is the medium trio. So I have already swatched it because I wanted to see, you know, what the colors were to make sure that they would work. So this is the Sculpt, the Highlight, and the Glow. I did get the brushes that go with it. So this is the Face Sculpt brush. So this is what the nose contour brush looks like. Looks like you use this side to kind of draw it on and then this side to blend it out. So I'm gonna go in to the Sculpt part here. And she just kind of drew a line like right down here. She also mentioned not to bring it down too far, like too far into here. I'm going to use this to kind of blend it out. I was afraid that this was going to pick up the Tower 28 skin tint underneath, but actually it's blending really beautifully over top of it, and it's a great color. And this brush is handy. Kind of has an angle on it, and you can kind of go in there and like tap it into place. Okay, that is a nice contour. Very nice contour. Very user-friendly formula. But I always like cream contour. Cream contour is kind of my jam. So she says the secret to sculpting the nose is to not bring it on the side, but bring it in the front on the face. I grab a little bit of this. Now, I do not contour my nose because truthfully, I don't really need to. I already have a really, really tiny like chickmunk nose. So it's like really pointless for me to do it, but we're gonna do it. So now she's using this product right here, and she's using it like right here. Kind of a lot of product, but I'm willing to try it. So I'm gonna go in, and here's my thing. At my age, you know, all of this area right here is starting to get kind of thin skin, right? And you start to get those wrinkles. It just is what it is. And it feels like the more that you pile onto it, the more it's going to look heavy in that area. So I'm going to take this small little concealer brush from Sicily that came with the concealer from Sicily, and I'm going to grab a little bit of this, and I'm just going to apply it like she did, like a little bit in this area, just to kind of highlight that area. But I'm using the lightest amount of product because I mean, she already just went in with concealer, and now she's going over top of it with this. And this is a lot of product. This is a lot more work than I'm used to. Now, what I can tell you about this formula is that it does work pretty good to kind of highlight and kind of brighten that area. It's not a bad product. It is not a bad product. I am not mad at that. It did brighten it up, and then I think once I kind of calmed down the shine, but it's a nice kind of dewy formula in a sense that kind of dries down to kind of like a soft matte dewy formula. Now that I've done this side, you can really see how the face is sculpted just a little bit. Like it's not overdone, it's not like too much, but it kind of cleaned up the area, kind of gave the face some shape to it. Much more than this side. And it's a subtle difference, but I really like it. I like the color of this as well. I do. I think the color is perfect for a medium skin tone, and it has a little bit of warmth, but it also has that cool tone in it. I went ahead and added some bronzer and some powder. Let's move on to the blush. So we have two shades. The top shade is obviously a little bit more on the nude side, and then that one is more of like a magenta kind of pink color. So those are the two shades. I think I'm going to just kind of mix them two together. Like I'm just going to kind of dip my brush into both of them. It's a pretty blush, but I'm not so sure that it would have been worth the price that they were asking for it. At the price I paid for it, I think it's really pretty. Now let's go into the highlighter. I'm going to use this brush. This is the Scott Barnes. It's like a concealer brush, but it might be perfect to apply this cream highlight. Try it. It's synthetic, but let's try it right here. Oh, hold on. E-I-E-O-O-E-A. Yeah, that is way more intense than I was expecting it to be. I don't know. I don't love the formula of this as much as I do these two. Like these two are perfection. This one is a little bit more sticky and a little bit more, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. But that's the color of it. And it has that kind of yellow gold with a little bit of iridescence feel to it. Did I just lose my blush? Like, I feel like I have no blush on. What the hell happened to my blush? What the hell happened? As soon as I put that highlighter on, I like lost all my blush. Okay, so this highlighter is kind of balling up on me. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me turn down this ring light. I have these little dots right here. Can you guys see the highlighter? It's like kind of crumbly looking. I recommend skipping the highlighter because the highlighter kind of, not my favorite. Okay, really quick, I did pick up 2 glosses from Tom Ford. During the Sephora sale, the last few days of the sale, I did pick up 2 of the glosses. I love his glosses. They're crazy expensive, but man, the formula is just amazing. So that is Disclosure, and that is Phantom. Phantom is beautiful. But what I do want to try on is these lip liners and lippy from BK Beauty. I actually bought these for myself. It was kind of it was so funny. Lisa was so sweet. She thought I was on the PR list and I wasn't, which I didn't care because I love buying her products. She reached out to me and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're not on the PR. And I was like, it's totally fine. No big deal. I don't mind buying it. She has amazing brushes. I have been loving these. These are magnetized. The travel set was sent to me in PR, but I bought the lip products for myself and I am so excited. I love the way the lip liner is shaped. It's kind of an oval shape. And I have been loving the shade, let's see, Warm Spice. That's the shade that I've been using. So up here on the screen is an image of all of the lip liners and all of the lip shades swatched. So you guys can see how they look. And the shades in the lipsticks are kind of similar, but they just have different undertones. And it just depends on what undertone you like because it is supposed to be that kind of perfect like nude everyday lip color. I'm gonna line my lips with the shade Sweet Pea, which this one is just on the pink side. You can see that color. The one thing that I wanted to mention about these lip liners, don't open them too far because they will break off, especially if you're in a warm room because they're a little creamier. And I've had one of them break off before, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now, the color I wear the most is Inner Beauty, which is this one. It's so pretty. It's a gorgeous nude color right here. And it might go with this. They're so creamy and they're just that really beautiful lippy, like a perfect nude. So this is the final look and everything turned out really beautiful. I love the new Tom Ford quads. I'm so excited to have them. This, I'm kind of on the fence about. It just didn't, I don't know. I gotta keep working with this. I really wasn't impressed because I just kind of felt like my blush like went away and I like blush. Blush is like the first thing to fade throughout the day. So I kind of go in a little bit extra so that it lasts throughout the day. So the blush didn't really impress me, but I'll continue to use it and let you guys know. And the highlighter from this palette is not my favorite, but I love these 2 products right here. And this cream highlight actually quite surprised me because I've used cream highlight products in the past and they always have that like soft matte finish and then they get a little bit thick and heavy, especially in this area. And this area is such a thin, delicate skin that as you're packing on concealer and then a highlight and then powder, and as you're packing all these products on it, you're really gonna pack on a lot of makeup on such a thin, delicate skin area. But this is so creamy, but yet pigmented and a little bit kind of spreads a really long way. Quite impressed with both of these, to be honest with you. And I like the contour. It blended out really easily. It's really natural looking, very easy, very user-friendly. I'm gonna continue to kind of play with it and let you guys know. But so far, really liking those. So as far as the Tower 28 tinted sunscreen, I'm still kind of on the fence about this. I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit oily and I just powdered like 30 minutes ago. So I don't know if this is going to be one that I can personally use. And I'm not even oily skinned. You know, I have more dry normal. Right now I'm more normal than dry. But this is very, very hydrating. And kind of on a level of almost too much hydration. I don't know. I'm going to continue to kind of wear this and I will let you guys know. But I like it. And here's the thing. I like the coverage of it because it is one of those formulas where you don't have to use a lot to build up coverage. It gives you a nice like light medium coverage, but it might be a little bit too greasy. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet. I'll let you guys know. As far as the concealer goes, the concealer actually looks still pretty good. I did go over top of it with that highlight, so it's kind of hard to know how the concealer is really going to wear. I will continue to kind of use this and let you guys know. People have been flipping over this. Like, people are just absolutely loving this. It's sold out. I don't know if TikTok sold it out. Something happened, but it was kind of hard to get a hold of. I will continue to use it, but so far I like it. Not like fully in love with it, but for the price, it's a pretty decent concealer. Those are some of the products that I picked up during the holiday sales. That's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.